So today we want to take a look at some trellised cucumbers. We have a variety trial going here, but we also have done some trellising to make it easier to harvest them. As you can see the cucumbers right here. They're easy to see. They're easy to find. Traditionally, cucumbers are grown along the ground. Harvesting them, requires bending over and basically touching the ground to be able to harvest them, and they're hard to find in those vines. And so I think that is one of the greatest benefits of growing them up on the trellis. There's several systems I've been involved with, from netting to strings, but these panels, these are just cattle panels that you can buy at any hardware store. They seem to work really well, and these are not even full ones. These are just pieces that were left over from previous things, and so they're easy to put up. They're quick. It doesn't take a lot of effort to put them up. And even the training the vines, a couple times a week, I just would walk by and just kind of start them up. And once I got them started, they really took care of themselves. That you can see how they kind of wrap through all of the holes, and then they have these little leaders that'll wrap around the wires, and it's worked really, really well. I think some benefits that we might not think about traditionally maybe I've grown cucumbers like these on plastic mulch. I've grown them on bare soil. And in Oklahoma, the wind blows, and a lot of times they'll begin to vine. They'll maybe even have flowers set, but not fruit set yet. And you get a wind, and if it's just right, it'll just twist them round and round and round, and really, really damage the vines. But these trellises, they prevent that, and so that's something that has been a great help. Also, when they grow along the ground, it gives insects a good place to get under and to hide and to find. And it seems like growing them up on this trellis, we've had very little traditional insect problems, squash bugs and things like that. So, but really, the harvesting is the thing that makes it easier, because when they're on the ground, and if you miss a cucumber a time or two, by the time you find it in all that massive vines and leaves, it'll be big and past being, what you would like to see in a cucumber. And so it's really, I think, a good viable option. And also, if you're doing it in a home garden or even in a truck patch, it can serve space. Instead of needing 10 feet or 12 feet for them to vine out, you can do it in a space 3 feet wide, and they grow straight up. And if you plant in the same place from one year to the next, you might be able to not even have to take your trellis down if it's a permanent type structure like this. But we have right up here, we have one that's not on a trellis. It's traditional. It's just growing along the ground. And as you can see, when you look at it, you might see a cucumber, but you really got to get down in these vines and dig around to find them. Whereas these ones on the trellis, but just when you walk up, you see them, and it's just I think it's even faster. I'm the one that harvests these a couple times a week, and it makes it faster. It makes it easier. It's less labor intensive, and so I find that it's really a worthwhile, beneficial thing to do if you have the materials or you want to purchase them. Either way, and some of these panels are old cattle panels. You can tell that they've been bent up a little bit. They don't have to be perfectly straight. These T-posts are all old T-posts that were taken out of old fence rows. So, if you're resourceful, it really doesn't have to cost you a lot of money to do it either. So, I think those are some of the biggest benefits I've seen. As far as any other benefits to do with it, I think those are the greatest ones. I think there are more that would show the longer you've done it. But this year, this is really the first time we've done it on these panels, and it's worked really well. And I've been very happy with what we've seen.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.